The next world war won't be fought with tanks or aircraft carriers. It won't be announced with blaring sirens or declarations on the news. It's being fought right now, in total silence. It's a new kind of Cold War, waged in the invisible realm of data and algorithms. And the decisive shot was just fired, not from a missile silo, but from a corporate boardroom in Silicon Valley. This is the story of a single computer chip, the Nvidia H20. It's a piece of technology so powerful, it's considered a strategic national asset, and it was just delivered to America's primary global rival, China. This wasn't a mistake, it was a deliberate deal, signed off at the highest levels of the US government. A deal that has ignited a new, invisible arms race for artificial intelligence. And tonight, the full story reveals why the world will never be the same. So in this video, we're going to dissect the event that just kicked off this AI Cold War. First, this report will expose the unprecedented backroom deal that made this possible and the staggering amount of money changing hands. Second, it dives into the furious debate this has ignited, pitting short-term profits against long-term national survival, complete with chilling warnings from top security insiders. And most importantly, it will explain why this single transaction is the flashpoint for a new global struggle that will define the 21st century. Okay. So let's start with how this new Cold War began. For months, the US had a strict ban in place, blocking companies like Nvidia from selling their most advanced AI chips to China. The logic was clear and sound. These chips are the heart of modern AI. They are essential for everything from creating deepfakes to guiding autonomous weapons. The concern was that these sales would directly arm China's rapidly expanding military and its sophisticated surveillance state. But then, the policy was suddenly and shockingly reversed. Following intense corporate lobbying and a pivotal meeting between Nvidia's CEO and the White House, the ban was lifted. But the terms of this new arrangement are what make it a truly historic event. To get an export license, Nvidia has to pay the US government 15% of all revenue they generate from selling these chips to China. Let that sink in. This isn't a tariff or a tax, it's a direct cut. The United States government has effectively become a shareholder in the arming of its chief adversary. The financial stakes are astronomical. In its last fiscal year, Nvidia earned around $17 billion from China. With this new deal, analysts project they could generate $23 billion next year. This means the US government could collect roughly $3.5 billion annually. Wall Street, predictably, was ecstatic. The moment the news was confirmed, Nvidia's stock surged to an all-time high. Because for investors, a 15% fee is a rounding error for access to a market of that scale. So, you have a secret understanding, a direct cash payment to the government for a license, and a booming stock market. On the surface, it's presented as a masterclass in pragmatic capitalism. But this isn't just a business transaction. It is the first shot in a new kind of global conflict. It's a decision that has horrified the very people who have dedicated their lives to protecting America, sparking a firestorm within the national security community. This deal has drawn the first major battle line in the AI Cold War, and the United States is now arguably standing on the wrong side of it. So why are intelligence experts calling this the start of a new Cold War? The danger is twofold. First, the immediate military implication. The official line is that the H20 chip is downgraded, a weaker version of what the US military uses. But this is a dangerously simplistic view. In warfare, you don't always need a sledgehammer. Sometimes you need a scalpel. The H-20 is that scalpel. Its architecture is specifically optimized for running large language models, the brains behind advanced AI. This gives China a massive leap forward in developing autonomous drone swarms, next-generation electronic warfare, and AI-driven command and control systems. The United States is, in essence, selling them the very technology it is simultaneously spending billions to defend against, the very weapons its own soldiers may one day have to face. Liza Tobin, a China expert who served on the National Security Council, captured the absurdity of the situation with a chilling quote. Beijing must be gloating to see Washington turn export licenses into revenue streams. What's next? Letting Lockheed Martin sell F-35s to China for a 15% commission? The second danger is strategic. This deal fundamentally redefines the nature of an arms race. In the first Cold War, missile silos and nuclear warheads were tracked. In this new AI Cold War, the weapons are algorithms and processing power. By allowing the sale of these chips, the U.S. has effectively given its rival access to its weapons factory. It sets a precedent that its most advanced, nation-defining technology is for sale. It signals to the world that for the right price, American national security can be negotiated. As a final thought, China's own reaction reveals their endgame in this new Cold War. Even as their biggest tech companies place billions of dollars in orders for the H-20, their state-controlled media is running a campaign against it. They claim the chips are unsafe and have hidden back doors. It's a brilliant two-pronged strategy. On one hand, they acquire the Western technology they desperately need to close the gap with the U.S. military. On the other hand, they use the deal as domestic propaganda, fueling nationalism and justifying their multi-trillion-dollar push to achieve total technological independence. They are playing chess, while Washington is playing checkers. This reveals the central, terrifying conflict of our time. The United States saw this deal as a clever way to make money, a pragmatic compromise, but Beijing sees it for what it is, a strategic blunder, a temporary gift from a short-sighted rival. They are using American technology, bought with an American blessing, to build a future where they no longer need the United States at all. This wasn't just another business deal. It was the starting gun for a generational struggle, and the United States just handed its opponent the ammunition.